We are live. We are live, folks. What is going on? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. It is Friday, and it is another Friday Night Live. We already got some beautiful folks in the house. What is going on, everyone that is already in the chat? David, Tricky, Isaac, Shadow Rat, Peter, Louie, Remy. Thank you all so much. ABZ, what's going on, Mark? It must be late night for you now. All the way over there in Scotland. All right, guys, we got a packed show tonight. As always, we got an awesome talking point, but I have a lot of stuff to get to. I got a lot of contests, giveaway stuff that I want to talk about. We have some awesome covers to show off that my members submitted for June's monthly cover submissions. We're going to be, looking at those. House of L, what's going on? What else do we got? I'm going to talk a little about some videos that are going to be coming up on my channel over the next couple of weeks. And like I said, some contests and some giveaways that we're going to be talking about that are going to be happening over the next couple of months as well. So let's just take a couple of minutes to let some folks get in here. I'm going to actually go ahead because I got to get these covers ready. I didn't have too many this month, but this month's monthly submissions for my members, and that includes Patreon members and YouTube channel members, was tragedy. the best tragic covers that you could find. So we got only a few submissions, but they are some good submissions, I will say. So we got 5 submissions here that we're going to be showing off. We'll let some more folks join the stream. Austin and Vicky, what's going on? Matt, what's up? Jay Tuamirez. All right. 0031. Is that like midnight 31? Let's see. Is it what, 9? A 9-hour difference between, because I'm in Pacific Standard Time. I'll get a tragic cover my month's end. Awesome. Yeah, we should have one more week. Next week, if we have any more submissions for June's, because I think Friday's like the 2nd of July, but that's okay. If we have any monthly submissions that get submitted over this next week, I will gladly show them off on next week's show. So today's topic of discussion, though, again, it sounds a little bit controversial. Are sponsorships creating a divide in the community and in the industry? Now, like I said, I know it sounds controversial, but it's going to be a positive takeaway. For those that watch my channel, you guys know that I may talk about controversial issues, but it's only because I want to speak on them in a way to where we could be proactive and not counterproductive in how we approach these issues. So this is going to be a positive discussion. Letting you all know that. First and foremost, Johnny, what's going on? 733 and 3/4 bottle done. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, let me get into some updates, okay? But before we do that, if you're just joining for the first time and you're not subscribed to the channel, please take the time to do so. Click the subscribe button. I make content 7 days a week. That's right. I do not rest. 7 days a week. You get a video every single day of the week, Sunday through Saturday. I do 2 live shows a week. One is this show right here on my channel, Friday Night Live. But then we also have our Friday night comic book canon show that happens after my Friday Night Live shows every Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you aren't subscribed to us over on Comic Book Canon, that link is below as well. Give us a sub there. We have an awesome show again tonight. And we will be giving away another 9.8 slab sponsored by the Whatnot app. So a big shout out to the Whatnot app. If you all haven't downloaded the Whatnot app, go check out our show tonight on Comic Book Canon. And we're going to let you guys know how you can sign up for the app and be entered to win a slab. We have one more. This is our last week in terms of submissions, but we have one more giveaway that one of the winners did to pay it forward. So we most likely will have one more Whatnot sponsorship at least that we know about right now. All right. So this week, for all of this week's entries, you guys have the possibility of winning this beautiful Amazing Spider-Man number 55, second print Gleason variant, and a CGC 9.8. Beauty. Beautiful, beautiful. X11 in the house. What's going on, Joshua? So that's for this week's entries. All right. We're going to pick 2 finalists. On Monday, Comic Book Cannon's going to post them on our Instagram, and you guys are going to vote on who wins this beautiful slab right here. All right. So again, Friday night live shows every Friday here on Journos Comics, and then Comic Book Cannon live shows 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern every single Friday. Excuse me. All right, guys. I got me a chocolate milkshake today. As you guys probably know, I always only drink water. Today I spoiled myself. I usually don't eat dairy unless I'm cheating and I'm having pizza or I'm drinking a chocolate milkshake. So don't mind me because it's hot in here. It's torture. It's torture. But I can do this. I can cheat once in a while. I can. All right, all right. Alfredo, what's going on, Alfredo? CK. All right. Let's talk about contest. Let's talk about contest. Which one to talk about first? Let's talk about some of the smaller ones first. Let's do that, and then let's lead into the big one. So I am going to be having a giveaway for my YouTube channel members. All right. I see some of them in the chat right now. If you guys are interested in becoming a YouTube channel member, there's that join button below that you guys can click. It's only $1.99 a month. And really, it's just to help support the channel. But you do get perks on top of being able to have your membership badge in the comments. And you also have the ability to use special superhero emojis in the chat on my live shows and in the comments on all my videos. You do get extra perks. You get early access to some of my videos, mostly like my investment videos or top 10 videos. I do collector's tips that I'll send out to members only in the community board, and I'll do a contest here and there. So at the end of the month, I will be giving away, excuse me, guys, I will be giving away this Last Ronin number 3 to one of my contest members, one of my members, my YouTube members. You guys don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything except be a member. So this is going to be in July, at the end of July. So anybody that's signed up by the end of the July is going to be entered to win this book. I might throw in a little extra book with it too. But that's for my YouTube channel members. All right. Now, I'm going to be having a patron contest coming up at the end of July too. If you guys want to know what kind of perks you get by supporting me via Patreon, that link is below as well. It's only $3.99 a month. Again, you get early access to videos, to speculation and investing videos. You get a custom Q&A every month. I take in all of your guys' questions, no matter how many they are. You get a patron suggestion video once a month. I try to be fair in picking somebody different every single month too. On top of that, I do my patron only contest. I've been doing them every other month, but I want to be able to start doing them once a month as soon as we get enough Patreon members to make it worth it for me. So here's what we're going to do right now. If I don't hit 40 patron members by the end of July, I'm still going to have a contest giveaway. All right. But it's going to be for this book right here. And again, I may throw in a couple little random books with it. But this is a Daredevil 181, Death of Elektra. It's a direct. So awesome. I think Elektra and her key books are still, they've been picking up value as of late, but I still think they are very undervalued. I do believe that it's my humble opinion that we're going to see Charlie Cox back as Daredevil in the MCU. And if so, I think it's only a matter of time that we get Elektra. I love the character of Elektra. So we will be giving this away no matter what at the end of July to all my Patreon members. Okay? But if we hit 40 at the end of July, we're going to save this for another contest, and we're going to go with the slab Tales of Suspense 91 in an 8.0 CGC white pages. Now, here's the thing. Why I'm putting, saying if we get 40 members, because guess what we just saw yesterday? We just saw the second trailer to Shang-Chi, and who do we see? It's pretty much confirmed. If you guys saw on the if you put a closed caption on it, Abomination. So this is the second appearance. I do believe it's the second appearance of Abomination, and already I know Tales to Astonish number 90, his first appearance, has already skyrocketed over. It's so hot. It's been hot over the last 24 hours alone. I'm gonna pull up. We're gonna look at see what this book's done. Let's see if this book has any updates. Tales to Astonish number 91. Let's see if there's any recent sales for this book. And it's just gonna keep, seeing this character. Yeah, I don't see any recent sales here. Let's look on eBay. I'm gonna look on eBay. But the movie's not coming out till September. We'll be doing, if we hit 40 by the end of July, I think this book will still be peaking, as well as his first appearance, obviously. Let's check out Tales to Astonish 91. And let's see if there's any oh yeah, look at these bids going on. Oh man. I already see some auctions with some raw books and lower grade copy. 7 bids, $50 with 4 days to go still. I know that is nowhere near where it's gonna be sold. Look at this. Yep. We just had a sale today. A raw book. Looks like a lower mid grade, $100. Wow. $50, $85. These are all raw copies. So, and I know that's a bit higher than what it's been selling, because if we go back to just a couple days ago, you got some for 27, 24, 46, 22. You had a 4.0 sell for 31. A raw VG sold for 15. So already it seems that there's, this book is definitely trending upward. So again, if we hit 40 Patreon members by the end of July, I mean, we got a month. We got a month to do that. I think it's feasible. I'll be giving that away. If not, we'll be doing this. And I'll tell you what, no matter what, if we don't hit 40 and we end up doing the Daredevil Death of Elektra book, then this will be the giveaway for the September giveaway, which, at that point in time, it'll be right there during the release of the film. And then we'll really be seeing what's going on with Abomination. But I'm excited for the next 2 contests. No matter what we're giving away. All right. Okay. So I have one more contest to talk about. Nice. Good job, Mark. Just purchased a raw copy. Reaper's Comic Dan. What's going on? Battle Panda. Planet Arizona. I need some of my milkshake, guys. I don't do dairy. Dairy does me bad, but I can't help it once in a while. All right, so we got one more contest to talk about. And of course, I don't have the book over here, the other book over here with me. But that's okay. We'll still talk about it. I want to talk about my 10K subscriber contest. All right, Sky, what's going on, Sky? Kamikaze. Jay Nunya. That is a beautiful one. Yep. All right, everyone. I'm at about 7,500 subscribers. All right. When I hit 8,000, which I'm hoping will be next month, I'm going to officially announce what everyone needs to do for my 10K subscriber contest. All right. But I'm going to get you guys excited here Big shout out to the Latimer Collection. If you all did not see my video that I published earlier this week, the title was like, I got this huge, massive box and I didn't know what was inside. It was an AOK from a YouTube store called the Latimer Collection. There's a link in that video to their, did I say a YouTube store? I meant an eBay store. There's a link in that video to their eBay store. Really awesome stuff. I'm bidding on some of the stuff that they have listed right now. They list stuff every Sunday. They gifted us, because this is going to be a giveaway item. They gifted this Avengers 53. I believe it's the first X-Men Avengers team up in an Avengers title to give away in my 10K subscriber contest. And remember, we also received a 9.6 Signature Series CGC. Was Peter Parker 80? Oh man, is it 86 or 81? I forget. The first appearance of Cloak and Dagger from good friend of the channel, Dan. I have it somewhere over there. I'm not going to grab it. We're going to have, it's going to be, the prices for the 10K contest are going to be huge. We are going to have sponsors on board. Ironically, the topic of discussion today is about sponsors, but we're going to have some sponsors donating some awesome prizes for this contest. So, usually for my contest, you don't have to do that much. You got to be subscribed to me. I'll probably have you be subscribed to Comic Book Cannon. Follow me on Instagram, and that's it. So I will announce that when we hit 8K, and I will tell you all this. If you are a YouTube channel member, you're going to get one extra entry into the contest to win the big prize. All right? If you are a Patreon member of the channel, you're going to get 2 extra entries. If you do the $3.99, which is the base tier. If you do the $7.98, you're going to get 3 extra entries, so 4 total. So that's another perk for all the memberships. You get extra entries into my big YouTube contest. All right? So, Matt B, what's going on? There's Dan 64. Thanks, Dan. Sometimes I get my numbers off. Nerds Being Geek. Nerds Being Geeks in the house. Guys, go check out Nerds Being Geeks YouTube channel. All right, everyone. Who's ready to get into a topic of discussion? Because I even took some notes on this one, but I'm just going to do a little revamp of everything I just went through, okay? If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please take some time to do so. I appreciate each and one of you being here every single day and hanging out for the Friday Night Live shows. Comic Book Cannon after Friday Night Live. We got an awesome show tonight. We're going to be looking at your Fresh from the Comic Shop submissions, and our link is below, so go give us a sub there. And of course, all of the contests that I talked about, YouTube member contest at the end of July, Patreon only member contest at the end of July, and I will be officially announcing my 10K subscriber contest when we hit 8K. So I know you all are ready for this topic of discussion, but we're going to do one more thing before we do that, and we're going to show off the cover entries to Journo's monthlies, and this month was Best Tragic Cover. Before we do that, Comic Ozzy, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. Truly appreciate it. I love seeing the green because green is my favorite color. Comic Ozzy, big supporter of the channel. Thank you so much. All right, give me just a minute. We're going to pull up these covers on screen, everyone, because we are going to be showing off some awesome tragic covers that were submitted by some members of the channel. Let's get this screen up here. We got here we go. Share. Joshua. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to get back to you. Joshua D, thank you so much. Another new member. Here we go. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, let's bring up these covers. Here we go. All right, first up, we got Shadow Rat. Shadow Rat, man, I actually just picked this book up not too long ago. This is absolutely a tragic cover. Gambit number 2. Just, you see his cards flying. Man, I don't know who the artist is on that, but it's definitely got that 90s look, that 90s extreme look. I love it. I love the early 90s stuff. Man, Shadow Rat. This is a good one. I love the spotlight on him. You know, you got the circle spotlight in the black background. Awesome stuff, Shadow Rat. All right, we got another one from Shadow Rat. Some DC love. Superman, Man of Steel. What is that? 21. Jonathan Kent in the field, and you see Martha running to him. Boom. I mean, wow. Yeah, I remember. I think I got a couple of issues for this, and I think, yeah, this was after, Superman died, and they're faced with the grip of losing their son. Awesome, awesome submission. All right, X11 in the house today. We got Wolverine number 75, Fatal Attractions. These Fatal Attractions books have been picking up some steam lately, but we got Wolverine there. You guys can see Wolverine. He's just going through metamorphosis. And you see Jubilee and Jean just like, no. Very, very dramatic. That is, again, another just classic 90s in-your-face type action. All right, next up we have Shadow Rat. One more. Rogue. I can't see, what is that, number 4? I can't read that number. The Last Goodbye. This is more of a mid-90s. Definitely, I don't own this book. I haven't read this, so I don't know what's going on. You got more of that cartoonish art style, but you definitely still see the emotion on Rogue's face. This is the art style that started to get more popular, in the mid-90s to later 90s. All right, next up. All right, we got Tony with an EGS submission. Crow, number 3. Wow. I mean, this black and white. You see the likes of Brandon Lee. Rest in peace. He's got the crow on his shoulder. I mean, just everything about this is tragic. Everything to what the crow stands for. And, the way that Brandon Lee passed. I mean, this is awesome. Beautiful custom EGS label, black and white, 9.8. It looks like I can't really see that too much in the pic. It looks like a picture of a picture. But there's some type of red writing there on the label that I think is the crow. I think it says the crow in the movie font. So that's really cool. Awesome stuff. So there you are. Tragic entries, everyone. All right, let's pull that out. All right, thank you all to all my members. Thank you so much for submitting. If you all want to submit a tragic cover, all right, you can still do so through Instagram. You post it to your Instagram and you leave the hashtag Journos Monthly Covers. All right. And again, members only. It's a way to show my appreciation back to you guys for supporting the channel day after day, week after week, month after month. So, oh yeah, X-Men 136, Dan, absolutely would have been a good one. Yeah, that EGS label. When EGS does black labels, I love them, man. I love them. All right, guys, there's only one more thing to do today. The discussion of the night. The discussion of the night. And what is that? Sponsorships. And are sponsorships in any way creating a divide within the community? Now, again, like I said earlier, for those that weren't here earlier and heard me talk about this, this is going to be a productive conversation and not a negative one. All right. I know these topics tend to seem a bit controversial, but again, it's always my intent to be positive and productive. So let me bring up. I like I said, guys, I took notes on this one. I took notes. Jacob B, what's going on? Tony's a good dude. That's absolutely right. Eddie's right on. Thanks for being here, Eddie's. Comic Toby. All right, everyone. Let's get right into this. So, look, I'm going to make it clear right now. Sponsorships are overall a great thing. I have sponsorships, and I'm going to talk about those, okay? So, you look at the question that we're asking today. Can sponsorships drive a wedge in create divisiveness between, whether it's the community here on social media and YouTube or just in the industry in general? Now, before I answer the question, I'm going to talk a little bit about where we're at in this hobby and, give a little backstory to where we are at as a hobby in an industry. All right. So here's some talking points. Take this in before we ask the question. Okay. We first got to understand that the comic book hobby has flourished in the age of instantaneous information. All right. The digital age paired with social media, app platforms like, Key Collector and, cover prices in an app, but you got databases online. CBSI is another big database, Go Collect, obviously. All of these things have propelled the comic book market and has helped bring in millions of dollars of new money over the last decade. Again, 10 plus years ago, we highly depended on our LCSs to get our information, and we depended on Overstreet Guide to get, fair market value. I know in the 2000s we had eBay, which we started using to gauge value. You could buy and trade on online in some types of platforms, but social media didn't really take off until that 2010. It didn't really evolve into what it is today, over the last 10 or 11 years, really. So this has really brought in the ability for us to learn about the hobby itself, whether it's about books, whether it's about characters, whether it's about fair market values, and what's going on in the market instantaneously, right? And what else has happened over the last 10, 11 years? The MCU and how much big media in terms of these different genres of entertainment, right? Film, live action, TV shows, and so forth. These different types of media have brought more people into this hobby, and it's all came together to bring more money into this hobby. And yes, more money coming into this hobby is a good thing. It is a good thing. And when more money comes into the hobby, what does it attract? Sponsorships. All right. It attracts businesses, advertising, and so forth. And overall, that is a positive thing. Okay. There's nothing bad in that. All right. So when we're looking at YouTube in and of itself, YouTube has become the go-to journalistic community and network. It really has. You look at folks like Comic Tom, Bueller, Reggie Collects, and everyone else out there. We are the CNN or the NBC or the Fox News of nightly news for comic books, right? You want your news, you turn on these channels, you turn on these big networks, okay? C-SPAN or whatever it may be, or even your local, ABC Channel 7, or something like that, right? That's what the YouTubers and the content creators on this platform have become. And over the last 5 years, it's really, really boomed. All right. So, but not only is it's journalism, right? It's entertainment, it's finance, all rolled into one. So your content creators are essentially, they're your news anchor, they're your nighttime TV hosts like your Conan O'Brien, right? They're your salesmen, they're your finance advisor or your money market advisor, whatever, your finance broker, and so much more. We as content creators take the role of all of these things. And I will say there's a lot of responsibility there. There's a lot of responsibility. You know, it's entertainment, it's investing, it's all these things. And from that, you know, again, this is where you get sponsorships looking into content creators specifically to say, hey, look, you're talking about comics. The community is watching you. You have viewership, just like people advertise on TV in commercials. They want to come to us, but it's more than that, because when you get sponsorships, it's not just advertisements, right? That's what the advertisements are when you turn on a YouTube video and you see the ad pop up and you can skip it for 5 seconds. All right. Sponsorships take it to that next level because it is a relationship. Okay. It is a relationship with the content creator. Just want to check these comments real quick. Bronze Age Nerd in the house. What is going on? All right. So what does that mean when a company reaches out to a content creator and says, I want to sponsor you. I want to agree and work with some kind of sponsorship. All right. It means that basically the content creator becomes a spokesperson of that product or that brand. So for me, for those that don't know, I have a sponsorship with A1 Comics. All right. Essentially, I'm a spokesperson for that brand. Okay. I have a sponsorship with Otis, the Otis app, the investment app, the collectible investment app. I am a spokesperson for that brand. I recently, contrary to some people, you know, I was always talking about BCW supplies because I live by them. They're like, why don't you be transparent? What are you getting? And I'm like, no, I'm nothing. I'd stand by them. But now they reached out to me and I have a sponsorship relationship with BCW where if you go to bcwsupplies.com and use the code JOURNOS, you can get 10% off all your orders. It never expires. You can use it multiple times. What am I doing right now? I'm a spokesperson for that brand. So that's what it is at heart, right? And why is this a good thing? Well, it's a good thing simply because if you are into comic books, all right, you most likely are going to be buying product supplies, BCW, shopping at LCSs or maybe online or going into IG live sales like A1. Or maybe you're in the investment side and you like the idea of what the Otis app offers to where you can invest in stocks of blue chip key comic books. Or, you know, there's a lot of different companies out there. You know, there's even sponsorships with, you know, Key Collector, Cover Price. You know, Cover Price sponsors certain YouTubers, and Key Collector and Comic Tom have an affiliation because you can get a discount on the membership. I think it's Comic Tom, something like that is the code that you can use. So if we're using these apps or buying these products or visiting these LCSs or online stores anyways, and we're watching these YouTubers talk about the hobby that we love, why not take advantage? Why not allow there to be sponsorships in these relationships where perks are involved? There's perks involved for the content creators because it allows us to maybe get paid from it, or we get something from it that allows us to reap the benefits of our work, reap what we sow, because this is hard work. For me, it's a full-time job. I know for folks like Comic Tom, it's a full-time job. So it helps reward us and allows us to do what we do. And it gives perks to the viewers and the hobbyists and the collectors because you guys can use my code and get 10% off your supplies. Or if you sign up for Key Collector and you watch Comic Tom, you could get like your first month free or something like that, whatever it is, right? All of these things are positive, right? Well, why would I even bring up the fact of divisiveness, right? And can sponsorships bring divisiveness to the hobby? Why would I even bring that up? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because, hold that thought. I'm going to tell you why, but I just want to say big shout out to Franchise Kicks. I agree. Yep. It absolutely helps us. It helps us grow. It helps us do this as a job and pay the bills and feed our kids. Really appreciate that. But why do I bring this up about divisiveness? And it's because of this. I have seen content creators snap at other, or take a negative tone. And I'm not putting anyone on blast or saying that anybody is a bad person here or anything like this. And I'm not naming names. That's not what this is about. But I've seen reactions where we either have a negative stale reaction to another business entity or to another content creator, maybe. And I realize that, like, when this happens, some of these content creators are sponsored by one entity that may offer the same type of product as another entity. Let's just say, for hypothetically, and this isn't even real. This isn't even real. And I'm not trying to, like I said, paint anybody in a bad light or even act like this is a real content creator doing this, because I don't really know anybody that's sponsored by CBCS or CGC. I don't know. I think Comic Tom just announced that he's going to be doing something with CBCS, but I think he might do something with CGC too. I'm not sure, but this isn't about Comic Tom at all. I'm just using this as a hypothetical approach. Like, if a content creator on YouTube got sponsored by CGC, there should be no reason that you should have a sour taste about CBCS, unless you personally don't like CBCS, right? And this is why. Because we will never get anywhere by pulling each other down. For those that understand business at all, have to understand healthy competition, right? Healthy competition is the best type of competition in any industry of business. So, say for example, I'm sponsored by CGC, right? And Comic Tom is sponsored by CBCS. And again, just hypotheticals. There should be no reason that I shouldn't be able to work with him, or he shouldn't be able to work with me, just because we're sponsored by two competing industry entities that are, competitive. They are both in third-party grading industry, and they're competing against each other, right? We can still both allow ourselves to build a community up with what we do while being sponsored by two solidified business entities that are in the hobby. Because a lot of times, what else makes good competition? Choice. We don't want monopolies. We want choice as consumers, as collectors, right? Another thing is, when you look at, like, there's a lot of choices out there for databases right now. You got Key Collector, which I think in and of itself is as popular as it's been, simply because they are unique in the service that they offer. But you got Cover Price, which is a solid database too. And I don't have a paid subscription to Key Collector, but I use I'll use Key Collector to just search stuff up, even though, I don't, and I'm not picking on Key Collector, because you guys know that there's some things I don't agree with in terms of their labels, but that just means I don't use them as an end all be all. So if I say I want to know what the first appearance of this character is, I might go to Key Collector, but I'm not just going to read it and say, okay, and I'm going to roll with it, because I know different industry entities sometimes have things different. I'll go to Cover Price. And look at what they have. And believe me, Cover Price has had stuff wrong as well. Or I'll go to CGC and look at some CGC labels. They have some stuff wrong as well too. But I'm not getting into that argument today, guys, about labels. It's not what I'm here for. The point is, you have healthy competition. All right? Yeah, that's right, Man Cave. Yeah, he is. So again, if there's anybody, there's two things that I want everyone to take from this topic of discussion today. All right. There should be no reason that we as content creators cannot be sponsored by different industry entities and businesses and not respect the other businesses and not respect fellow content creators. There should be no reason. You know, and some of you may know that there was a bit of a misunderstanding with some things that I said in my top 10 video last week with Key Collector. And I won't talk about our private conversation, but Nick with Key Collector finally called me, or, you know, was open to a phone call, and we talked on the phone. I wish you would have done it sooner, but I'm glad he took the time to do that. And I appreciated that, because it goes to show, and you know what, this is the one thing I will tell you guys about what we talked about. Oh man, thank you. That Mountain Air sponsored. Thank you so much for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, man, Kay, can we all just get along, right? Thank you, Mountain Air. But I talked to Nick, and we had a good discussion. And I told him, though, before we got off the call, I said, look, I never want to make enemies. I never want bad blood with anybody. I want to build bridges. All right. No, I mean, I want to build cities, not burn bridges. Right. So I told him, look, if there's anything that I say or do on my channel that you get word of and you may misunderstand, or maybe you think like it's coming off the wrong way, my door is always open. And send me an email, give me a phone call, because I respect you and what you do in this industry, and that's how it'll always be. You know, I don't, and you know, I'm not sponsored by a database whatsoever. But if I ended up becoming sponsored by a database that was a competitor of Key Collector, I would never use that as fuel or fire to like be like, huh, yeah, Key Collector, like, huh, you know, or vice versa. If I ended up becoming sponsored by Key Collector, I wouldn't use that as fire to be like, huh, cover price, yeah, right, or go collect, right? Not at all. But here's the thing, and this is how I want to wrap this all up. What's going on, Alfredo? This is how I want to wrap this all up. My advice to anybody that gets sponsored, whether you're a content creator or whatever it is you're doing in life, if you have a sponsorship, my advice is this. Don't ever take a sponsorship blindly just to earn a buck or to earn notoriety. Let me repeat that. Don't ever blindly take a sponsorship just because you want to earn a buck or for notoriety. And now I'm not saying that anybody else does that. I don't know anybody. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just giving advice, my own humble advice. And I can only speak for myself. The one thing that I do with my sponsorships, I believe in them. And I am honest. I believe in BCW product. I absolutely believe in BCW product. And that's the reason why I accepted the sponsorship. I believe in A1 Comics. I've been shopping there for 10 years now. I love those guys. I love what they offer. It doesn't mean that they're my only store, or, you know, I'm blindly, you know, I went into that sponsorship saying, well, hey, I'm not just going to talk about you guys. I'm going to talk about your competition too. Because guess what? There's like a dozen plus stores in Sacramento, and I still shop at other stores, and I still come here and do videos saying, go check out Comic Command Center. Go check out World's Best. But still, I love my A1 Comics, and I stand by them. The Otis app. I understand that the Otis app might not be for everyone. I know a lot of people are skeptical about it. It's very unique. It's not the same thing that you would be used to when it comes to buying comics, because you don't really buy comics on it. But when I was approached by the Otis app, and I did my research, and I said, okay, let's dive into this. I said, you know what? This is something that I can get behind, because and look, since I've been sponsored by the Otis app, if you would have invested shares into the books that they have on their app, you would have earned money. You would have earned money. And that's what it is. It's an investment platform that's risky, just like investing in crypto or investing in the stock market. Right? So every sponsorship that I've done, Cover Price, I'm not sponsored by Cover Price, but I did reach out to them, and they sponsored my 5K subscriber contest. That was very nice of them. They offered the winner a 6-month free subscription. So they did sponsor the contest, but I myself am not sponsored by them. But I accepted that, and I reached out to them because I believe in what they do. But just because I'm sponsored by someone doesn't mean I'm going to blindly follow them, meaning this. When Cover Price has had some stuff wrong, I messaged them and talked to them and said, hey guys, this is wrong. I even did a video saying pros and cons of coverprice.com or Cover Price versus Go Collect, pros and cons of both. I'm always going to be honest. I am always going to be honest. If I'm ever sponsored by CGC, they better know. They better know that I'm going to be honest about them and their lack of transparency and how I feel that they need to evolve. But I still support them overall as a business entity. I don't want CGC going anywhere. I have books at CGC right now, and I will gladly accept a sponsorship from CGC if that ever happened. But I still will try to hold them accountable in areas where I feel that they can better their business and their business culture and their business model. That's what people should understand. We should always be able, just because you point out critical or that you're giving constructive critical feedback to businesses, doesn't mean you're against them or you're anti that business. If there's a business that I don't care about, I most likely will hardly ever talk about them. PGX, I will never take a sponsorship with PGX. I don't care if PGX contacted me tomorrow or right now. Say they call me right now while we're live and said, Chris, we want to give you $200 a month to be sponsored by and to promote PGX. You know what I would tell them? I wouldn't laugh at them or ridicule them. I would respect them. I would be humbled, and I would appreciate the offer. I would say, PGX, I am truly appreciative that you would even consider me for a sponsorship, but I'm going to humbly and respectfully decline. And then I would tell them why. I would say, quite honestly, I know that CGC isn't perfect, and I talk about their issues a lot. CBCS is far from perfect as well. But when it comes to your business model, I don't trust it one bit. I don't trust it at all. Not even, oh, well, they're inconsistent. I don't trust it. And I would tell them that. And I would tell them, I want you guys to succeed. I hope that you guys can better yourself. And maybe one day in the future, you can earn my trust. And if that day happens, I will be willing and humble and grateful to accept the sponsorship from you. You see what I'm saying? But on the flip side of that, I made one video about PGX. I made one video about PGX, and that's it. I hardly ever talk about them. I always talk about CGC. Why? Because I care about the success of CGC. I don't care about PGX. So I know a lot of people come at me and be like, why are you always complaining? You're a CGC hater. You know, you're just a complainer. You're just freaking da-da-da-da-da. No, I appreciate CGC, and I talk about their flaws because I care about them bettering their business. You see what I'm saying? Frugal Frank. Oh, Frugal Frank. I don't know if you're just joking or if you're being serious, but hey, man, there's a volume button. Have at it. Have at it. Guys, before we go, I'm still going to open some comic books with you guys here, okay? But I want to read through some comments. See if you guys have any feedback or questions. Thank you, Remy. Nerds being geeks. Yeah. You know, and I told BCW too, if I like do, reviews, I'm honest. But if I felt my honesty would be detrimental to a company, I wouldn't take the sponsorship. Like, my honesty with BCW might be like, well, I don't really buy their top loaders because I would rather take that money and spend it on more comic books or something like that. It's not negative, it's just my preference, right? CGC, my feedback with CGC is pretty constructive. That is pretty constructive because that's a bit more intense. Sponsors help the channels, absolutely. X11. That's funny. Comic Ozzy. I appreciate it. Somebody made a comment about my energy the other day that I really appreciated. I think a couple people did, and I just love hearing that feedback. Turn it up. Yeah, nerds being geeks. Yeah, when it comes to criticism, critique. I hear it all the time. And people think, it's like, I listen to you guys. And look, I've had content creators reach out to me, or business entities reach out to me and tell me, yo, Chris, I know what you're doing, but you might want to think about doing it like this. And I've listened. There's always room to grow and room to learn and room to evolve. Journo Inferno. X11, man. X11 has the greatest wordplay. The Journo Inferno. God, I'm telling you, X11, you better start trademarking these things so you can get some residual when I start patenting these terms that you keep trademarking here. I love it. The Journo Inferno. Appreciate you guys. All right. Let's bring out the real star of the show. The one and only Red Deadly. Red, how you doing today? I'm good. We're going to open some packages, everyone, before I go here. Remember, we are 36 minutes away from Comic Book Cannon. That link is below. We're going to have an awesome show, and I want to see you all there. Red Deadly at work. And I don't want to hear you guys, Chris, why don't you just go get a razor blade? It'd be a lot easier. It's not about being easy, man. It's about me paying respect to the real star of the show. We got a bubble package and a weirdly packaged, yeah, okay. It better be in a bag and board. That's all I'm saying. It better be. What do you guys think? You think it's in a bag and board? Oh my goodness. I think it is. Red is lonely. Oh, Battle Panda has a yellow version. I have a purple and green. Well, it's a teal. It was like a set. Cooking set. That's so cool, though. Red Deadly's got cousins. I might have to bring out the whole family one day. Oh yeah, buddy. It's in a bag and board, but it's nasty. It is dirty and filthy. Oh my goodness. I got to get this in a Mylar. I am so excited. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I was going to start singing and dancing, but I decided not to. This has been my secondary Grail run. My number one Grail run is Amazing Spider-Man, but I've just been working on this run so hard. I only need like 17 more books to complete the run, as well as a few in the late 90s. You guys ready? Thor number 133. The first full appearance of Ego, the Living Planet. Look at that decent looking copy. You know, it's a nice looking mid-grade copy. I got to get it out of this nasty old polyethylene bag. Oh, Dan. Yeah. Wow, we're twinning on that because I just did the same thing, Dan. Kamikaze's terrified by his purchase from Britain. Fingers crossed. Miguel. There it is, guys. I am so stoked to finally get this. I waited because this had gotten hot for a little bit, you know, seeing Ego in the films. It cooled off a little, not too much, but the perfect timing for me to find a decent, affordable mid-grade copy. So very happy to add that to my collection, but I am OCD'd out by the nasty bag that it's in. All right, one more box before we go. I want to thank all of you for hanging out today, and I really do hope that you all subscribe to the channel, and I see you guys 7 days a week on my videos, and I hope to see you all over on the Canon in just 32 minutes. All right, got a little mailer here. Can't wait to see. Guys, remember, I want to remind you one more time too. Go check out my video that I did earlier this week about I didn't know what was in this box, and what was in there surprised me or left me in shock, or whatever the title is. And go check out the link to the Latimer Collection eBay store, guys. It was very, very nice of them to donate the Avengers 53 for my 2,000 subscriber contest. So please go check them out. Give them some support. Follow them on eBay. They got some really awesome like Silver and Bronze Age books right now, but save a couple for me because I'm bidding on some of them. All right, nicely packaged here. Painter's tape. You guys know I love my painter's tape. By the way, to all the hip-hop fans out there, I got to say, rest in peace to Gift of Gab, the mouthpiece of Black Alicious. Another legendary MC gone too early, man. He had passed last week. It was just made public today. I had the opportunity to meet Gift the Gab and to talk to him a couple times about possibly collaborating on some music. It never happened, but he was a good dude, an amazing lyricist, and it's a sad day. We've been having so many losses in the hip hop community, and I'm just 50 years old, man. These too many, too early, too soon. We got to take care of ourselves, man. We got to stay healthy, man. Drink that water, take those vitamins, keep your mind right. All right, everyone. This is my show finale because we're going to go out with a bang because this book is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Are you guys ready? Wonder Girl #1. I do believe this is an incentive variant. I forget the artist's name, but this is absolutely amazing. I thought this one was something. This is just mouth dropping. I mean, the detail, Yara, the water and the waterfall in the background. Man, I can't wait to put this in some Mylar. I want to send this bad boy out to CGC. So beautiful. I've yet to read the Wonder Girl #1. I got to read it this weekend, but what an amazing job. Well done by DC and in the cover artist. And I do apologize. Carla Cohen, is that the artist? Thank you so much for that information. Oh no. You guys are cracking me up in the comments. All right, thank you. Yeah, Carla Cohen. Just beautiful. I got this on eBay for like, I don't know, $8. It wasn't pricey at all. I just saw it. I saw somebody else show it off in a Facebook group, and I was like, I gotta have it. And I'm not big on variant covers. You guys know that. But if the art is just absolutely amazing, I will do my thing and I'll buy one. So check that out. Absolutely beautiful. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I gotta get with my co-host Jeff. We gotta get ready for Comic Book Cannon, just 28 minutes away. Thank you all so much for being here today. Thank you to my Patreon members. Thank you to my channel members, to my new channel members that signed up during the show. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. And thank you guys for listening to another interesting topic of discussion, sponsorships. You know, let's build relationships in this community. Let's build relationships as content creators. Let's build relationships with the businesses, and let's build relationships with the viewers and all of you guys that come here to support us and give us the views and the likes and that hang out and are such an essential part of this community. Because without you guys, us content creators wouldn't be anything. The businesses wouldn't be anything. BCW wouldn't be anything. Key Collector wouldn't be anything. CGC wouldn't be anything. We are all a part of this blooming, blossoming, thriving hobby that is a industry, a multi-million-dollar, and over the last couple of years, $1 billion plus industry. And I want to keep it that way. I want us to keep being able to collect comic books and to keep enjoying what we enjoy in coming on a platform like this to be able to share it with each other. So I want to say thank you all so much. Guys, we got to get along. There's no room for hate. Let's support each other instead of trying to bring each other down. All right. We can't be no crabs in a bucket. We get nowhere. All right. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you all in 26 minutes over on the Cannon. Peace.